it's Sarah, and this is Tip and Trick Tuesday. Today's tip and trick, I just realized how crazy I look, sorry, is going to be a fast one, a little bit different. And let me say this before I get started. I'm not a professional. We all know that. This is just my opinion. Everybody will tell you something different on how they deal with exercise and losing weight. This is just my personal tips on how I have become a runner. Let me also say that pre-weight loss surgery, I was completely annoyed by all runners. I couldn't figure out why anybody did it. I hated to run. I said, I will never be a runner. It's annoying. I hate it. And here we are, 15 months later, running. So, a lot of people that I know use Couch to 5K. I did not love Couch to 5K. I got very bored with it very early on. And I've tried to go back and use it several times to get myself running a full 5K. But at that point, I was already running so much more than the Couch to 5K that I felt like it kept me behind. So, here's my tips on running. And everybody kept telling me, that my friends that were runners, so this is good for you guys that are doing the Couch to 5K, that it is actually harder to stop and start like that. And I did not agree because I thought that was insane. And I thought, well, that can't, I need that break. I absolutely need that break. But turns out, guys, they're right. It is actually harder, or it was for me anyways. But the good news is it builds lots of endurance, which is part of what Couch to 5K does. And if you talk to anybody about running that are real runners, they will tell you that sprinting and running cycles is the way to build long-term endurance. Now, I know everybody does it differently, but it is true. It really does help. So let me tell you what I did. My first number one tip is good shoes. You need really good shoes for running. You need really good shoes for just running. So I have, and I've talked about this before, I have workout tennis shoes and I have my regular tennis shoes. Now, it took me a long time to get to that point. But now that I'm actually working out all the time and I actually run all the time, you need good shoes. At one point early on in my journey, I Googled things like, what are the best tennis shoes for obese people that are running? I went to Fleet Feet, and that's what I said to them. I said, I'm obese, I'm starting to run, I need the best shoes for my foot. Everybody's going to tell you a different opinion on shoes. The new in thing here are these shoes called Hokas. I don't know, they're $180. I haven't gotten any, but both of my best gal pals that are runners both have them. They will be in my future. They are like running on clouds. Unbelievable. So that is going to be one of my new purchases, hopefully before the marathon. But currently the ones I'm using are Brooks Ghost. I think Brooks are excellent running shoes. A lot of people will tell you that. Moving on. Number 2. Breathing. It is really important to work on your breathing. And I have asked around, and my best friend kept telling me to breathe in your nose and out of your mouth. Well, then my other good friend said, that's not how I breathe. So even when I'm walking, even on my downtime around the track, I am really trying to focus on my breathing. Now, if I get too much into it, I start freaking myself out like I can't breathe. So there's a fine line there. But I've really been working on my breathing. The third thing is, and this was really important for me, and it took me a really long time to get this, again, about the stop and starting thing. Everybody kept telling me it was harder to start and stop, and I kept saying that can't be true, because I have to stop eventually. Not stopping, but slowing down, and that has really helped me a whole lot. And this should be number 4. So 3 and 4 kind of combined. I have a really hard time mentally. Physically, my legs get tired, but that's something I need to learn to push through, especially since I am training for this half marathon. But my lungs, if your lungs hurt, that's a different thing. You need to stop. If your legs hurt, it's time to keep pushing. And that's something I deal with. I mentally tell myself that I have to stop after a mile, or I have to stop after a half a mile. I have not been doing that. I've really been working really, really hard on mentally getting past the mental and telling myself, you're in this. I get to the track, I say, today I'm running a full mile without stopping. That's my new thing. And so hopefully, now that I've got that down, I'm going to say, guess what, lady? Today you're going to run a full mile and a half without stopping. I have done several 5Ks in the last 4 months, 6 months, 4 months, and I've not been able to run the full 5K. I got close a few times. Okay, not really, but I'm doing that stop and starting thing. My body just deals with it so much better if I don't stop, but I slow down. And I did that again yesterday, and it was so helpful. Toward the end of that first mile, I was like, I have got to stop. I didn't let myself stop. I slowed myself down. I worked on my breathing, and I got back up to a faster pace after several minutes. So those are my tips. Good shoes, breathing. Try to run, guys, without stopping. If you're doing the Cash 5K thing, I'm not even talking to you. I don't want to mess your groove up because you got it going on and you are building that endurance. Oh, I know what else I was going to say. Things that I have done in the beginning when I was running without the Cash 5K. I found mile markers or landmarks, and I'd say, okay, Sarah, today you're going to run to that green tree up there. And that's how I got started, which is basically the Cash 5K without the Cash 5K. But it bored me, and I did not like it. So, I know people who thrive off of it and love it. That was not me. I did not love it. And maybe it's just because I was not in control. I don't know. But that's my tip and trick on running. I may end up remaking this video because I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Hydrate. I didn't say that. Hydrate. Shoes. Breathing. Push through the mind-mental games. When you're running, don't stop. Just slow down. Slow down. And again, if it's here you're hurting, stop. If it's your legs, push through. So those are my tips on running. I'm not, you can tell by looking at me, I'm not just a full-on athlete, but those are things that have helped me so far in my journey. Later on in this process, I may have more tips on running. This is just where I'm at right now in my journey. So, okay guys, have a great day, and we will see you later in the week for my week 68 update. Bye.